Hi, Vishal.
यार इसके अंदर कुछ वॉइस का वो रहता है क्या?
क्या?
उसका वॉल्यूम कम कर सकता हूँ?
किसका बोल रहे हो विशाल? आप समझ नहीं आया मुझे।
नहीं, स्पीकर का वॉल्यूम।
हम्म।
पता नहीं क्यों। चल ठीक है, यू विल स्टार्ट राइट?
या।
तो तेरा किसके साथ कॉल हुआ था?
वो वैभव के साथ।
दे हैव कंफर्म फॉर टुडे राइट?
क्या विशाल?
मतलब दे हैव कंफर्म राइट फॉर टुडे?
हाँ, मैंने मैसेज तो किया था सुबह, उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया था, मैसेज किया था मैंने।
ओके ओके।
ये हाय वैभव। वैभव, यू आर ऑन म्यूट इफ इन केस यू आर टॉकिंग।
Hello, hi Vinayak, hi Vishal.
हे वैभव, हाय, वेरी गुड आफ्टरनून।
Very good afternoon. How are you doing?
ऑल वेरी
वेरी
वेल।
गुड वैभव।
I'll just check. My country head is also joining. Shall
ओके।
I call him up? Yeah, call him up to check. Yeah. Just give us a minute. He's also joining in.
ओके।
Till the time, like we can just go through your company profile and everything. You can let me know.
श्योर। सो वैभव, thank you so much for joining. A quick introduction. Of course, we both connected a couple of days back, but just to quickly share about what is sales and profit. We are a B2B sales performance improvement company. We are in the business of improving sales KPIs and sales metrics for organizations through our three practices. One is sales consulting, sales enablement, and sales recruitment. In sales consulting, we cover the whole gamut of sales. So where we talk about what should be the sales KPIs, KRAs, incentive structure, review mechanism, alignment of sales team with other cross-functional teams, and other aspects. In sales enablement, this is where we cover aspects such as the sales training, content, coaching, and over a period of time, Vaibhav, we have developed our proprietary methodologies and frameworks, and which touch upon some of the elements such as suspect to prospect opportunity, account management, and so on. This here we cover multiple aspects where training, coaching, and content as well. And on sales recruitment, we focus purely on hiring a sales talent, typically mid to senior level for technology companies. This is a quick bit about who we are as an organization. Uh, I have Vishal also with me, who is one of our co-founders. I think Aditya is also joining. Hi, Aditya.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi. Aditya, we just started with a quick introduction. I just
This
started. I have
yeah.
got Vishal also with me, who is
Hi,
our
good afternoon.
co-founder based in Mumbai. Vishal, you want to quickly introduce?
Aditya. Nee, I think more or less you introduced Vaibhav. Aditya, hi, very good afternoon. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this conversation, but very quickly, I run this company called Sales and Profit. Uh, Now it's almost like a 9 to 10 years journey. And basically, we remain laser focused on enterprise sales. And our only objective is to improve sales KPI, sales matrices for the company. Work with multiple companies across verticals, across geographies. So this is just a small bit about the company.
Sure.
Hi,
Thank you.
Vishal. Okay. Vinayak,
Hi, pleasure.
yes. Vaibhav, good afternoon.
You're on mute, Vaibhav.
I'm sorry, there was some background noise. Good afternoon.
Great. Aditya, you want to quickly introduce and share your expectations? Of course, I had a quick chat with Vaibhav a couple of days ago, but would love to know more from you as well about your expectations from today's conversation.
Vinayak, I serve the company as the sales head for the India and the global market, right? And I to be very clear with you here, to be very blunt, actually, Vaibhav just told me a day before only that we are going to have some sales meeting or something, a quick discussion over here. So I don't need, I mean, I don't know the exact background of this meeting, right, as of now. But like just Vishal has introduced about the company, so I think better you just continue with your discussions, and on the way I'll ask something like whatever is required, and whatever the expectations. Just let's start the meeting, and we'll follow the process forward.
Sure.
Also, to give you a backdrop of the discussion that I had with the MD, so we wanted to like go through comprehensive sales training for the entire team to like build more professional temperament and drive more value consciousness upon price. That is the main focus point of doing this meeting for sales.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
So, Vaibhav, the other day we were having a conversation, right, wherein you currently have around close to 200 member sales team, and I wanted to do an enablement activity for them, primarily to improve some of the important aspects of sales, especially the conversion rate. How do you bring in that follow-up cadence and moving away from price? So, before we get into a detailed conversation, would love to know more from you about your current sales process. How does that look like?
Uh,
Shall I?
yeah, it would be
Yeah.
better.
See, Vinayak, we are into the manufacturing, right? And since last 20 years, we have developed different verticals in manufacturing BPR pipes and selling it across India market. So the primary, what do you say, the modus operandi for the company, for the sales people is like, we are developing the channel partners at retail and building markets, and we are developing some relation based sales at industrial level. So two verticals for our product is industry and the retail market. Retail inclusive of the building segment. I mean the high-rise buildings and the small complexes, all those things. So this is how my sales team approach the customers. Now, the challenging atmosphere for them earlier, it was only to establish the product in the market. How it is, I mean to say that, when they are approaching any customer, any distributor, any channel partner or end customer, they have to prove, like, what are the USPs of our product. So this challenge was there for last 15 years, from 2007 till, I mean, a little post COVID, I believe, till 2020, you can believe. Nowadays, the challenge is, because we have done, plethora of seminars, all those things we have done to educate the market, to, let the market know what exactly the product is. So the establishment of product is not more any challenge now. I mean, we don't have to tell customer what we are selling. In a layman term, we don't have to tell. Now we are facing competition from our competitors, because they also, jumped into the same boat where we were selling from last 17 years, and now some of them are bigger than us. Most of them are, I mean, having turnover lower than us only. So the
Mm.
players, I would say the seasonal players, are disturbing the market, because for them it is just another product. And for us, developing the market and now getting the fruits out of it, we are facing a challenging environment in terms of pricing. So now I have to educate my team. I mean, the oldies, I would say, the people who are more than 5 7 years old into the company, they understand the product, they know everything. They are somewhere, eh, I mean, how would I say, they are comfortable in winning the competition against the competitors in terms of pricing as well. But for
Mm.
a newcomer into the organization, who is having, I mean, who is having even experience of 10 years, if he's new to this industry, he's facing a challenge of, something very drastically low pricing. So now I have to explain him what the product was, how you have to place it into the market, how you have to convert into our kitty with a better pricing. So this is the challenge. I explained you the complete scenario, like the people in the organization which are little old, they understand the product. They, even though they are also facing the challenge of, being higher, I mean, not being the L1, you understand. But the
Yeah.
newcomers, they are facing this challenge like anything. So I need something where I can push my new team members. I mean, I can guide them how they should have to pitch it for, and secondly, to my old team members, how they should, increase the frequency of sales as well, using their old experience, or using their old techniques, or whatsoever it is.
Okay, got it. Yeah. And what is this split looks like, Aditya, now, the new team members versus the old team?
Might be, as of now, it's 60/40. 60
Okay,
being the old ones.
okay. And in terms of the revenue split, like you spoke about two businesses, right? One is the industrial and other one is the retail side. So from a revenue point of view, how does that overall differentiation
60,
happen?
60 to 70% is still the industrial sales for us.
Okay. And the same team manages both kind of sales, or is it a
No,
bifurcated?
it is separate.
Okay, okay, understood. So, Vishal, you want to chip in?
So, hey, thanks, Vinayak, thanks, Aditya. So, Aditya, because you joined, we had already started. So, very quick introduction about sales and profit, Aditya. We are basically a B2B sales performance improvement company, and we remain laser focused on improving sales KPIs, sales metrics for the organizations. And we are predominantly into three service lines: sales consulting, sales enablement, and sales recruitment. So now, okay, currently we are discussing sales enablement, which is predominantly this where our sales training piece comes, right? So there's just a small bit, Aditya, and we work with, obviously, I mean, multiple companies. Hopefully, we'll share with you. So just a couple of things. When you say, okay, new people, right? New people, even if they are experienced once, they struggle. So have we done anything to address this challenge? And what is working, what is not working in that?
See, obviously we show them our credentials, right? They understand the product, they see the credentials, and they compare it apple to apple with the competitor as well. And but
Hmm.
real time when they go to the market, and I mean, in front of the end customer, they feel this challenge. I mean, even after proving our credentials, they are not able to convert that into sales, just because the end customer might not be aware of the product, and the one who is using it for the first time, he's not, he thinks that we are charging him very high, although he might be getting cheated, but we are losing the orders at that moment of time.
Okay. And then how does it happen? So the same sales guy, so you mentioned we have two separate teams. One is the industrial team, second is the retail team. Now let's remain focused on industrial to start with. Sales guy, does he manage both farming and hunting, or it's a separate team again?
No, for industry, I mean, see, I tell you the process how we approach,
Huh.
right? So there are leads being generated through online mediums like IndiaMart. There are leads
Okay.
being generated from the market by visiting the customer, and
Got it.
then third is the word of mouth leads, right?
Got it.
So in industry, maybe there are consultants, architects, and other people who are sharing the leads with us, who are in relation with good relations with us. So when we follow them again and again, so they share the leads with us. So all
Got
my
it.
sales people are being they are approaching the customer through these three mediums. I mean, online medium, word of mouth medium, and visiting physically over there. So
Okay.
somewhere they are facing challenges. I mean, maybe in any of the medium they face challenge, right? But like I said, you like the old ones, they have the credentials in their mind. They know the struggle of this product being established in last so many years into the market.
Mhm.
They are able to convert it into our favor. Still, they are also facing challenges of being the not being the L1, but the newer ones. My only this thing is they should not leave the organization so early, considering the the not being L1 all the time, and being
Got it.
how would you say that, not being entertained much by the customer, considering that you are high on the this part of uh, pricing part.
सम समझा समझा। तो आदित्य, जब भी कोई नए लोग आते हैं, uh, what is their profile? So assuming a new guy comes, do we give them any existing accounts, or
Obviously.
they are supposed to?
Yes, yes. See, if we are replacing it with someone, we hand over the complete data, right? And
Huh.
if it is a new market, they have to develop it by their own. But now 80% of the market, 70 to 80% of the markets are being covered, and so it is all. I mean, nowadays it is like handover of the data only. I mean, the existing clients, existing database is being given to them, and uh, so this is how, I mean, they are placed.
Okay. So, because I think we all have been in sales, right? And you have been in sales, so you understand. एक होता है कि मुझे database मिला, और एक होता है मुझे existing customers मिले. So I'm assuming in that existing database there will be sizable existing customers also.
See,
Is my understanding correct?
in our industry, I would not say there are recurring orders from every customer,
Huh.
right? So
Fair point.
we have retrofit jobs, we have new customers with new requirements. It might be, like for example, I'll tell you, like I'm running a pharmaceutical unit. Okay,
Huh.
today I have a requirement of a gas line or a chemical line or something. So I
Hmm.
approached the market, I got it done from KPT. Now maybe after 5 years or maybe after a few years, I have to replace my existing pipeline because it got corroded or it got something. I mean, the chemicals
Huh.
have just finished up the line. So that customer, I mean, I can say this thing that he is my customer, but not a regular one. Okay. So the
Got it.
requirement
Got it.
pops up. uh, it is very, I mean, it is not something which can be calculated into the data. I mean, I can say that, for example, Cipla is my customer. I had done something 2019,
Hmm.
but when
Hmm.
the again the requirement will come, only then I can say it is my recurring customer. So when
No,
I'm
fair.
handing over the data to my new employee, I'm just giving him the references. that okay, Cipla we have done. So he can approach similar industries. He can approach them again. He can approach same similar kind of application into the other industries. So this is how we hand over the data.
And including Cipla also, right? Assuming he can approach Cipla also again.
He can approach Cipla also again. That is true.
Okay. So so are we saying we have got two different attrition percentage? One is people who are older in the system, their attrition is relatively much smaller compared to the people who are new. So their attrition is much higher in that first year. Is that by any chance the right assumption?
Not exactly.
नहीं, मैं ये समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ आदित्य, तो हमने अगर ये प्रॉब्लम है, बिकॉज ये प्रॉब्लम आप ट्रेनिंग से नहीं सॉल्व कर सकते. तो माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज व्हाट हैव वी डन टू एड्रेस दिस प्रॉब्लम सो फार. एक होता है मैं ट्रेनिंग करूँ, राइट? Have you done any buddy system by any chance? Have you given some existing customers to new people to have them those early success?
See, there are not such trainings, right? I mean, obviously, end of the day, he's a salesman. He has to understand the product and he can pitch it, right?
Agreed.
So there is not any training as of now from KPT side which we have provided, but
Okay.
they have queries. I mean, how would I say, like in any industry, I mean, for example, Cipla, right? Maybe I have done a chemical line, and now there is a
Huh.
requirement of water line over there. Okay,
Correct.
so I might have trained him considering that Cipla will give you again order for chemical line, where I have to, convince customer that how much more you can get a life in PPR pipes considering to the in comparison to your metal pipes. So I have trained him for that, but he got an inquiry for the water line. So
Agreed.
that sort of things he has to manage or understand by himself while visiting the customers. I mean, that sort of,
Correct.
I mean, in that case, I cannot give him a training. I can give him a training only about all the applications of PPR pipes, how they are better than metal pipes, how they are better than the other thermoplastics. I can tell him, I can give him a data for that only. That we provide, that orientation we do with every new employee when he joins, right? But
Fair point.
end of the day, something he has to learn from the market only.
Which is correct. Yeah, absolutely. Because this is like a cross-selling piece, right? When we have sold the one service line, are we able to go deeper into the existing accounts, deeper and wider? And
Actually,
yes, and ideally, a good sales guy has those skill sets.
he has those skill
Uh,
sets. So like now the challenge where is like
yeah.
maybe we have done Sepla. Maybe
Uh,
now after 5 years I'm approaching them. At that moment of time, 5 years ago, there was no competition or there was less competition. But now they are being I mean Cipla is also being approached by multiple customers.
yes.
So now he has a challenge. Like we have when we have done 5 years ago, why there was not a challenge of pricing. Now why they are asking for another 20% discount on this or 30% or for that matter X discount more than the previous closed deal. So at that level, his confidence should not get low.
Yeah.
Point number one, he'll be able to convince the customer that why KPT, and similarly he should be able to crack similar more deals. Get sitting with one customer, he should be able to crack more similar deals in the local vicinity of that application or that customer or that sort of industry.
Got it. Got it. And I think this is where what Weber initially mentioned, the entire value consciousness will come, right? Okay, rather than driving on price, if they can start having a deeper conversations, value
Exactly.
conversation.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. And what do you feel? Why that is not happening? I'm sure it must be happening with few of the sales
So
guys, right?
I tell you, see,
Uh,
I know that this is the German technology. This is a German
uh,
product. This is something which is originated in Germany initially, right? And Germans
uh,
have introduced this into the world market. Maybe
Hmm.
my new customer while orientation, I told him the same thing, but he's not
Ah,
so convincing. He himself is not that convinced. First of all, right?
okay.
For him, it is just another job switch. Okay.
Yeah,
For him, he doesn't much bother about the product and the company and other things. So
got it.
he's more bothered about his growth, and he just switched. And he so I'm completely okay with that. He might be having a different opinion on how to approach his customer or how to approach his job and into the market. I completely agree with that. My only this thing is, when I want to keep him long in the organization, at least
Hmm.
for half a decade he should be there, right?
Huh.
So that, because initial 1 or 2 years he might not be able to make up that relations to convince the customer. So like your
Okay.
question, that why this sort of issue is happening, because first of all they are not themselves convinced.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Secondly, the end customer, being we are being into the market, and product being marketed or product being promoted in such a fashion that end customer has approached us. They might have got the references from the market, or they might have got the references from word of mouth that PPR is a good product, so they have approached us but
Hmm.
for them also it is a new product, so they don't have confidence on PPR, and they obviously they
Okay.
don't know about KPT, but they want to install it. So when they are being
Mhm.
approached with two different prices, with a gap of almost 30-40%, there the end customer, I mean the customer, is getting inclined towards a lower pricing part.
Which
He,
our competitor gives.
which competitor gives, because
Yeah.
for him it is a new product. He doesn't know the value of, I mean he doesn't know what exactly PPR is being sold at, if it is being sold at such a lower price, whether he is getting the good quality product or not. So customer is not aware of that,
Got it. Got it.
because in our line, in our manufacturing, even if it is a bad quality product, it serves
Hmm.
maybe little more than their conventional piping, whatever they are using. So मुझे एक चीज जो 20 साल तक चल सकती है, वो मेरे लिए
हाँ.
10 साल भी चलेगी, तो it is good enough for me, it is a good preposition for me. Whereas, I mean, my existing pipeline is working only for 5 years.
Got it.
Understand? And that too might be the case. I mean, and the customer might say this thing that I don't need it for 20 years. But
Mhm.
this is where I have to pitch. I have to convince the customer that if you're getting it for 20 years, why you are wasting your time only for 5 years or 10 years only?
Mhm.
So
Got it.
the new salesperson, he's getting engaged in these conversations.
Got it. Got it. And you feel that they are
And
not able
more
to.
importantly, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
interrupting you.
No,
More
no, please.
importantly, this is something which is to be uh, primarily for the industrial part of
Huh.
the sales. Now
Business.
coming
Yes.
down to the government part, I mean institutional sales. Okay,
Huh.
the institutions which we serve, or which we are generally using PPR pipes,
Huh.
are railways, Indian railways,
Mhm.
Indian military services,
Okay.
and a few of the other PWD government. So considering
Right.
80% share to be still with the MES, I mean military engineering services and railways,
Hmm.
they don't buy it directly. They buy through
Yeah.
contractors, because
Okay.
not only the pipes are being tendered out, it is a complete civil work which is tendered out. So we
Yes.
don't supply directly, we supply through contractors. And now the
Got it.
biggest challenge here is the defect liability period with the government in any tender lies not more than 2 years.
Okay.
Contractor being contractor, he wants to buy the cheapest one.
Huh.
So my competitor is saying that, okay, why you are investing so much heavily when my pipe can also serve the defect liability period for 2 years? Why you have
Mhm.
to pay 40% extra for that? In that case, my salesperson get more demotivated. So how he should convince those customers, how he should pitch it more proactively to the government segment as well. So this is how my salesmen are, I mean sales people are facing challenges.
And what percentage is the government revenue?
20%.
Okay. But Aditya, tell me if it is a
It
that
can be,
the
it
fact,
can be more. I mean, if you talk about the percentage. Currently, it is 20%, but many of the companies are running only on government.
got it, got it. But tell me, okay, so if the defect liability period is only 2 years, and if the competition also can serve that, so what is our rebuttal?
See,
How we can
uh,
manage that objection?
we can obviously there is no as such on paper challenge we can do, right? But
Huh,
if we can able to convince the authorities that they
huh,
don't have to reinvest on the same piping again, they can do multiple other works if my pipes are for more than 15 years.
hmm,
And more importantly, in this scenario, they are being, I mean, they are cheating the government majorly using the pipes which are not exactly of the similar specifications which are required. So nobody checks
okay,
at ground level. We have to cross check those things with the
mhm,
authorities. But
okay,
I just how you say, I I step back when the difference is too high. I mean, the gap is too high between me and my competitor.
hmm.
So I don't go to the next level of this thing, that how can I approach the government authorities, how can I approach the higher authorities basically, that to convince them.
And do we have a separate focused team managing government
Yes,
accounts?
yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
And here, Aditya, I mean, the salesperson directly interacts with the government agencies, or it is always through
They
contractors?
do, they do. They have their this thing. I mean, they generally visit the government officers who are preparing the tenders, and who are into the same organization, and they only suggest the contractors, right? So it is a dual approach. Government, we are approaching the government officials as well as the buyer, I mean the contractor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Aditya, tell me one thing, and I may be wrong here because government sale is very different to enterprise sale. And the retail sales is completely different, right? Retail sales, actually, we are working with entrepreneurs. And working with entrepreneurs is a completely different ballgame, right? So we'll come one by one. But when we are managing the government, is it not that, see, if we are entering late or if we are not managing or influencing the tender itself, then anyway we are playing the losing game. मतलब वो ऑब्वियसली यू नो 10 हम लोग बिड करेंगे तो कुछ ना कुछ तो जीतेंगे,
We can
especially with existing customers.
I tell you, managing
हाँ,
the tenders is where we are trying so hard since last many years. Okay,
agreed.
we managed to get it somewhere as well. I mean, in
Hmm,
some of the schemes in one of the states, southern states of India, where water connections needs to be done, and we managed it with. I mean,
hmm.
we managed. I how what I mean to say through managing is, we gave them a good specifications, which where most of the competitors, I mean, are out of the competition, right?
Got it. So we
So
manage influence the tender itself, tender specification.
yes,
Okay,
that is not. I mean, now those specifications are also available with one or other competitors.
competitors.
At
Yeah,
that moment of time, it was with us only. But now we are. I mean, there are two, three people. I mean, but still, it's a fair competition if they are only being into the game. But railways and MES, it is still a challenge. It can
got
be
it.
done. My sales professionals, if they just understand this thing, that okay, see, if you are there, I'm there, I know that contractor wants to buy the cheapest one, the best one at the cheapest at the cheapest price, right? But if my
Hmm,
sales team person has this notion in his mind, that okay, I can approach the government, I can make good relations with the officer, I can do a
hmm.
listening with him, then he can influence the contractors, he can push the contractors, no, you have to buy this one only at this better price.
Correct.
This is where my whole agenda is. My salesperson should know how to approach the government official, where the government people have a different aura. I mean,
Hmm,
they are not similar to the industry people. We have to approach them in a different manner,
agree.
right? So it can be influenced, but how to start pitching from the tender stage, how to start pitching from the pre-tender stage, all those things has to be incorporated in my sales team members mind. Then only they can win this game. Not 100%, but at least more than what we are doing now. This is how I mean my people should approach. Now secondly, you are telling me about the retail one. Yes, it's a complete altogether different
Yeah.
scenario. There we have to fight with the margin parts, because my channel partner is not bothered about what we are selling. He is bothered about whatever he is selling, whether he is getting the margin or not, and that too with the least hard work. He don't want to convince every person who is stepping onto his shop and telling him the USPs of this product. He wants that there should be an automated sale that can be done through the labor force, basically, right? If the plumber is ready to place the order to a dealer, I mean a shop owner, and
Got it.
plumber is ready to install the pipes, so this model of like a dealer buying from us, selling to the market and getting the payment, so he's happy doing that. But most of my sales team members, they came back with this notion that this product is difficult to install, so they denied to keep it at their shops, and we are unable to sell it. Whereas some of my old employees, I mean old salespeople, they are happily able to manage this. So my new sales team members, especially for retail sales, they have to have some sort of training, that how they will be able to convince a distributor or a dealer about the pricing part, about their margins. If they're able to
Okay.
convince that dealer into the margins, they are able to generate sales. Secondly, parallelly, I would say they should be available, they should be able to convince the plumbers as well. I mean, a
Yeah.
plumber should be shown a good margin while installing this pipe. So, how he has to manage, because sometimes if for example I am a retail person, maybe I am going in a good car, I don't want to sit along with the plumber. That where my, how would I say, not ego but something, I don't want to share a table with him, right? But being into the retail sales, I have to do that. So my mindset, my training should be like that, that yes, if I'm able to convince these two pillars of my sales, I'll be able to generate any volume. So there where they have to train, because in retail sales it is nothing like which product you are selling. It is all about the margin to the dealers and getting the material consumed at the end customer. Simple as that. Wo-
And do we have, I'm assuming we will not have exclusivity, right, with dealers?
Exclusivity, like, I mean,
Where they sell only KPT pipes, as far as pipes are concerned.
they can sell the
That's
other.
exclusive.
No, there is no
It's a multi-brand, right, for
It's
them.
a multi-brand. I mean, it's not like that other products. I mean, if I'm keeping a LG TV, I can sell LG only. No, it is not that.
Got it. Got it. And just overall, what percentage of our revenue would come from retail, approx?
30%?
Okay. So when we say industrial around 70%, government is part of that.
Part of that. I mean, industry, you can say
Okay,
around,
okay.
I mean, if I give more precise figures, it is 50 to 60% industry, right? And which is not exactly the inclusive of the institutional sales. Institutional sales, you can say 10 to 15%. The rest is retail market.
Got it. Got it. And just because, see, we'll have to split this whenever you do this now, because managing dealer, distributor, entire retail is a different. So we have done like a lot of work with some of
But
the very
here, sorry,
mature dealer.
I
Yeah.
am interrupting you, but
No, please, please.
we have to see the other part of
No, no.
the coin as well, other side of the coin,
Uh,
that which among these three segments can grow rapidly.
right. And which one is more profitable also?
Obviously, right?
Yeah.
So retail is something where the scope is endless, the demand is endless, you can generate any volume into it.
Okay. So
Industry
retail
still
is
has a
something which you want
limitation.
to. Okay.
Industry still has a limitation. How can I say? For example, I'm in Delhi NCR. I'm sitting in the northern part of Delhi in Narela or somewhere. So
Uh-huh.
I'm carrying you know, handling a area of around 10 kilometers. All those industries, if I have served them once, right, maybe the requirement will come after a certain period of cycle only. But retail sales is something where the sales pops up every day.
But
So
I'm uh,
though the volume in retail sales can be generated like anything.
okay. And the margin wise, Aditya, how's the scene?
That is
Which
where I started my discussion that in industrial sales there were margins.
okay,
I
now
mean,
it's come down.
now it is coming down. Otherwise, the margins are everywhere. I mean, it is not something, because I told you, like, the end customer doesn't know about PPR. So when somebody, I mean, two people are approaching them, one with 100 rupees and other with 60 rupees. He knows this thing that PPR is a good material. Maybe it is of 60 rupees only. He doesn't know that in 60 he is not buying exactly PPR. He is buying something which is lower in quality. So if it is getting sold at 100, obviously the margins are there as well.
Got it. Got it. And okay, now when I look at overall our customer list, right? And again, there has to be a differentiated approach. But assuming if we look at, let's say, industrial, because that's a sizable percentage, do we have a separate team which handle the biggest of accounts currently?
See, we have segregated our teams into two different segments, right?
Uh-huh.
Industry and retail. Every state.
Okay.
There are state owners, state heads.
Uh,
One state head for industry, one state head for retail. Okay.
okay.
So industry person is approaching all the industries through, I told you, three mediums. One is
Uh,
online, one is your word of mouth, one is physical approach. So the
okay.
word of mouth approach is where the consultant working lies. I mean, we are having industry consultants like mechanical consultants, electrical consultants, plumbing consultants, right? Those consultants, like for example, somebody is building. We are seeing a hospital is getting built up in Dwarka and Delhi.
Okay.
So that hospital is not. I mean, only the owner is deciding what to use. There are consultants, there are architects. For smaller buildings, architects are there. For larger projects, consultants are there. So
Yes.
my industry person is approaching those consultant as well, and company as a whole is also doing many activities targeting only consultants. So the leads are getting generated through the consultants as well.
Fair point. So now I'm just trying to understand, Aditya Vaibhav, see, when we look at value consciousness, right? So Aditya, do you agree that you expect them to have better value-focused conversation so that obviously the winnability improves, at the same time the pricing also improves, and because it's a value-focused conversation, hopefully the respect also improves from the customer. Have I captured the expectation well?
I see. Yes, I mean, some of the team members, they are able to convince to the customers about the value of product,
Huh.
but many of them are, I mean, after even proving the value, they are getting more inclined towards the pricing because of the customer's approach. Because see, as a customer, definitely definitely have a approach to buy at a cheaper price, right? As a customer, best thing at a cheaper price. So my sales team member should not, you know, come into that loop. I want him to prove his ability through, how would I say? I mean, through this thing, qualities and all those things. He should be able to convince the customer and get a higher pricing as well. But he generally gets down at a lower pricing.
वो शायद आदित्य प्लीज करेक्ट मी बहुत बार वो रहता है ना एज सेल्स का लॉट ऑफ टाइम वी गिव ग्रेट प्रेजेंटेशन टू द रॉन्ग पीपल अगर मैं प्रोक्योरमेंट को ही अपना वैल्यू बताऊंगा इवेंचुअली प्रोक्योरमेंट तो बोलेगा ना कि ये सब छोड़ो बताओ प्राइस कितना दोगे प्लीज करेक्ट मी
You might be right, but not all the times we are approaching wrong people, right? We are
No, no, no,
approaching
no, not. So
we are
who are our
approaching
typical
we
industry?
we are approaching people in an industry. This is true. You are true that we might be approaching only the purchase managers. We might be approaching only the people who are at the fag end of deciding the pricing only. We
Mm-hmm.
might not be approaching the people who I mean, maybe we our team is not getting the chance to meet the technical people. Maybe they are not getting the chance to meet the people who can understand the other side of the product. This might be a case. You are true into.
Okay. And what could be the reason, Aditya, okay, why our team is not able to approach technical people or right people? What could be the reason?
Because for example, I'm getting a lead. I got a lead. I don't have good relations with those customers. Or I have never approached that customer.
Let's say like a greenfield account, completely
Right.
new.
So
Huh.
so I have never approached. I never visited. So when I received an inquiry, I'm trying to close it online. I'm trying to close it over the phone, or when I'm visiting them, I'm just meeting the person who is deciding the price. So I need to build up a
Got it.
relation so that when I'm getting inquiry, I should know the at least few people in that organization where I can also say something about my product. When I'm approaching only the people who are deciding the price, obviously it is going to this is going to be the result.
Got it. Got it. Uh, huh. And for example, Aditya, Vaibhav, if we ask, let's say, a random sample of our team, KPT sales team, random sample, okay, who's our ideal customer profile? Would they be able to answer?
Come
Okay, who's
again?
the ideal customer profile? If, let's say, we ask a random sample of our salespeople, okay, who's our ideal customer profile? Would they be able to answer explicitly?
Not everyone. 10% of them.
Okay. And just tell me, see, because the way we learned, right, working with multiple companies, okay, there are, one is ideal customer profile. Second is somebody who's completely outside our ICP. And third is when we are unsure whether this customer is an ICP or not. And the way it should be, the way great sales guys approach it, right? And Aditya, I'm sure you have unknowingly have demonstrated this multiple times. That's the feeling I'm getting while talking to you. Okay, when we know, okay, I'm talking to a ICP customer, let's say Ciplas of the world, then the great sales guy tries to establish his and the organization's credibility because he knows, okay, there is a much higher future potential. So he's not scared of even losing a battle to eventually start winning the war. But provided he knows, okay, this opportunity falls in my ideal customer profile. I hope I'm making sense. Please correct me if. Hello.
Yes. Uh, See, I say that that is why we need the training to the people, right? They have to understand this sort of the sales as well. Sales is not only about approaching the customer with the price and getting the order, getting the sales order. It is all about how you are approaching them with a better relation and considering the future aspects of those customer as well. Like you said, the ICP,
Huh.
the ideal customer profile. Like if I'm considering a customer as a long term perspective for me, obviously I will approach him in many manners, right?
Huh.
Maybe I will just make a cold call to them. Sometimes I'll just visit them for a cup of tea only, not only for the order. But
Agreed. You are
this
nurturing. Yeah.
yeah this thing, or maybe I'm just taking my senior management to my customer just for a random visit. Understand? Like
Agreed.
I want my MD to visit Sipla just for a handshake, just for something, to make my customer feel this thing as well, that he has met the managing director of the the vendor, this thing. And my director feels this thing, yes, I have met the senior people in the Sipla. So there I where I built up a relation for future aspect things, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So this
Exactly.
approach is not exactly there because they might have a pressure of generating sales only, or they might have a different approach, so they don't want to pick this part of sales while being
Hmm.
in the market.
फेयर पॉइंट। एंड इनका नॉर्मली टारगेट क्या होता है? रेवेन्यू होता है कि ऑर्डर बुकिंग होता है?
Revenue,
ओके, और रेवेन्यू मतलब इनवॉइसिंग, राइट? और
invoicing,
कलेक्शन?
both. I mean,
ओके,
invoicing is there. I mean, end of the day, in 45 days, they have to do the collection as well. But
but
one
they don't
person
have
is
margin
doing both
target.
the things. One person is doing both the things.
One
He has
person
to,
doing, but they
he has
they
to
don't
sell
have
and he
margin
has to.
target, right?
Sorry?
आदित्य, उनका मार्जिन टारगेट है क्या?
No, there is no margin target.
How about state
We
heads?
tried,
Do they have
we
margin
tried
target?
that, we tried that, but being a smaller organization or being, I mean, how would I say, being the sales not up to that level, what in our core committee, what we decided that we cannot share margins to our sales
I
team.
agree. I agree. Because see, normally it's a normal sales behavior, right? अगर मेरे पे margin का target नहीं है, then I'll keep pushing my organization to keep picking up the orders
That
because my
is
target is
also one
only
of the
revenue.
challenge which we are facing. That is why I understand your point that if I don't know the margins, then I'm hunting only for the value.
हाँ, correct, correct.
But
And
the catch is as a management team, we know how much is the margin in a particular quotation. Understand?
and who gives that pricing approval? Is there a
One of
separate
one
mechanism?
of the directors.
Okay, so margin we control, right, at
Yeah,
organization level.
he's actively involved in those things, and we have a channel that all the regional heads are approaching through me or directly to the director, and we are seeing every quotation because there are not more than 20-30 quotations every day we are preparing, right, on any value. So we know the margins, so we have a certain price discount on our price list, and
Uh-huh.
up to certain level they decide by themselves. Above that they ask us. So it is not something a thumb rule that above something also, for example, 80 rupees discount in a 100 rupees price list if I'm providing,
Mhm.
it is not that for every order I can provide that, because uh, item wise it varies.
Agree.
So I have not shared that part with my sales team. They only
Mhm.
know this thing that if they are approaching me, they approach with certain discounts. Sir, can I provide 70% discount or 60% discount on this quotation or not? So, uh, how would I say? They are part of the margins, okay, but
Mhm.
they cannot decide by themselves. End of the day, they have to approach the value only.
Got it. Got it. Um, Now I'm just trying to overall think, right? Okay, bird's eye view. And Aditya, when you look at, do we use sales CRM?
Yeah, sometimes.
अच्छा, नहीं यूज हो रहा है। मतलब उसका डिसिप्लिन नहीं है, राइट आदित्य?
Yes.
ओके, ओके। सो व्हेन यू लुक एट ओवरऑल, राइट, एंड अगर मैं सेल्स को सिंप्लीफाई करूं, राइट, सस्पेक्ट टू ऑर्डर जर्नी, अगर उसको तीन में डिवाइड करूं कि पहला है सस्पेक्ट टू कॉन्वर्सेशन, सेकंड इज कॉन्वर्सेशन टू क्वालिफाइड अपॉर्चुनिटी, एंड थर्ड इज क्वालिफाइड अपॉर्चुनिटी टू ऑर्डर। रिटेल को एक मिनट साइड पे रखते हैं बिकॉज रिटेल इज अ डिफरेंट कॉन्वर्सेशन। I'll repeat: suspect to conversation, conversation to qualified opportunity, and qualified opportunity to order. Where you feel कि our team needs more support as of now? Means leads आते रहती है normally.
Opportunity, I mean, the first part is already, I don't need much of the things are to
Okay.
be done over here. It
हाँ,
is, I mean, they are getting the leads. Converting
okay.
them to opportunity
हाँ.
is where the lag is.
So typically you are saying opportunity upwards, right?
Yes,
Opportunity to conversion. Okay.
yes.
ठीक है। एंड हमारा अंदाजन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू ऑर्डर का रेशियो क्या होता होगा? कोटेशन टू ऑर्डर का रेशियो अप्रॉक्स?
See, here the thing is, if I have done the groundwork of generating that lead by myself, so 80%
हाँ,
I'll convert that order to my kitty. If
हाँ।
it is something which is being given to me by somebody, so the conversion is, I think, nearly 50% only.
Which is not bad, na? Which is still a good number. That means
But
we are saying
again,
कि
that depends upon the frequency of orders or the quotations I received or the opportunities I have received.
Because industry norm now, typically anything which is 4:1 type, okay, less than 4:1 is considered good. Means char
Okay.
quotation, at least we are winning one.
Okay.
And the great organizations,
See,
and especially,
I can will all four. Only thing is the pricing part. Everybody knows KPT. Everybody knows what we value in the market, what benefits they are going to get. But again, the question same on the same stage we are. If my salesperson is able to convince to the end customer that this is a better pricing, beyond this you can buy from others. Up to this, I can only support you. So I can convert all those leads. I mean, maybe the ratio is more than 70%, then 70-80%. Then
fair point, fair point.
after generating leads by myself also, I am losing those.
Correct, correct. नहीं वो, I mean, to be honest, मतलब, I also want to remain fair to sales team. I mean, this happens with even best of the sales guys. Unless
Okay.
it's my existing customer only, which is more like my opportunity only, some
Right,
upsell,
right,
right?
right, right.
So it happens with all of us.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what do you feel? Do we have the right talent? मतलब मोटा मोटा.
See, I believe there is no right or wrong talent in the market, right? If I being from electronics background, if I'm selling a chemical, so
Hmm.
I initially I don't have a good background of selling chemicals. If I think in that fashion initially, right? So my talent is not matching my what do you say? I mean, my opportunity is not
I
matching
got it.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I believe somebody who has stepped into the organization, he has stepped because of a better future. So if he's you know able to perform well, obviously he's getting uh, how would you say? I believe in other. I mean, in a different fashion that yes, if you have a good approach, talent can be built up, right? If you have a
Hmm.
good if you have a good what do you how would you say? I mean, I'm not able to make it out.
नहीं,
Uh,
No, no, I got it. But on a lighter note, right, what we learned. See, बहुत बार क्या होता है ना, अगर बच्चा अगर सपोज 40% लेके आ रहा है या तो 50% लेके आ रहा है स्कूल में, आप उसको कितना भी कोचिंग कराओ, वो टॉप नहीं करेगा, वो आईआईटी नहीं जाएगा. तो दैट्स व्हाई आई आस्क्ड यू. एंड एज पेरेंट्स एट टाइम्स वी नीड टू बी अवेयर आल्सो कि मैं क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ. दैट्स व्हाई आई आस्क. मतलब आई
how
हैव स्टिल नॉट
you?
स्पोकन टू द
Yeah,
टीम.
I understand, but when you are hiring someone,
हाँ.
there are certain parameters, right? You check their
Agree.
experience, you check their academics, you check their current organization, you all those things you have a checklist before hiring them. Even after that, if they are not performing, then how you answer that?
Okay, so
For
now,
example, I have experience. I hired a person from Link Locks.
हाँ.
He told me that he performed very well over there. I cross-checked with his organization. They said they yes, and I don't know like whether they revealed truth or not. But we cross-checked our HR just had the conversations. But he didn't perform almost 8 months. He didn't perform. What were the expectations from him? He was below that.
And
So
Linklocks was from a similar kind of company, or it
it
is
is, I mean, I understand it's not exactly similar, but he was a salesman into the similar field where he has to approach the same hardware shops which keeps the pipes as well, right? So end
okay,
of the day, the customer base is somewhere similar. So I hired a good talent
नहीं
considering
वो
all
तो
those parameters, but he didn't perform.
नहीं तो इसमें ना अत्या मतलब variety of stuff. No, nothing is right and wrong. For example, we know sales guys overhype during interview, and even the reference checks, we know how it happens. They give their some known people's names only, and HR at times do it as a checklist activity, tick in the box activity. And HR does not come from sales background, so they believe whatever the other person is told. At the same time, we've also seen when industry changes or a company to company, for example, we have seen umpteen number of times. For example, if I could take known names, let's say a TCS guy joins a company like Zensar. TCS guy may say, I was sold a lot of things, huge multi-million deals. but actually he didn't sell. It was because of the TCS sheer capability he was able to sell. But when he joins a company like Zensar, which is also a big company but much smaller company than TCS, same guys cannot perform. It's like a same Shubman Gill finds it extremely difficult to perform in 2020 because the format changed. Right? Nothing
Agree.
wrong with that person. Probably that person was good for one format,
No, but yeah, yeah, it's a
or
long
he was
debate.
genuinely bad. Okay,
It's
and
a
he
long
just
debate. I understand.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, fine. So now, wanted to understand. See, one. Sorry, Vinayak, you want to say something? Vaibhav, you want to chip in?
Vaibhav,
Yeah.
I think I have taken most of
Mhm.
the time. So Vaibhav is on a standby mode.
I was just enjoying listening to all of your conversations.
No, no. We generally like talking to sales
Yes.
leaders because then it's a language the same.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, Vaibhav, you want to share any thoughts, any inputs?
See, I'm not into sales right now. I'm into marketing, most of it. So I don't have the first-hand experience of sales.
Okay, fair, fair. Brank, you have any
But
questions?
No,
Sorry,
Vishal.
sorry, Vaibhav. No, no, Vaibhav wanted to say something.
no, I was just saying, so Mr. Aditya can give you the best insights regarding it.
So one scenario, see, to be honest, see, this will not be a band-aid treatment, Vaibhav, Aditya, and Aditya, you are mature enough to know this. So one is value consciousness or value selling would be a journey. Okay, now it will be a variety of things. For example, at what stage do I enter an opportunity? If let's say as a salesperson, if I'm continuously, consistently entering an opportunity at a quotation stage, then it will be whether we like it or not. It will be about price. Huh? Aditya, please keep correcting
Right,
me.
right. I agree.
You know? See, the great sales guys, they enter early in the opportunity. Either they enter proactively early in the opportunity, or their customers bring them early because of the past conversation, because of the past credibility. Or the great sales guys are able to maneuver the deal with their sheer knowledge, experience, insights they bring in that conversation.
Agreed.
है ना? And this is where the customer, over a period of time, starts treating them as consultant and not as a salesperson. तो वो हमें it will be a journey जो धीरे धीरे change. And what I learned, Aditya, over a period of time, कि actually any sales team which is more than 30-member sales team, na, you can actually plot them like a bell curve. And you will have your 10% people on the right side of the bell curve who are like your superstar sales guys. And you will have around 20 to 25% on the left side of the bell curve. They are like a consistent underperformers. That's what we learned over a period of time. And you'll have 60 to 70% which are within your bell curve, who typically hit around 50 to 70% of quota achievement. And the focus should be on that middle of the people, bulk, because your great sales guys are anyway doing a lot of things right. वो स्कूल के वो बच्चे हैं जो टीचर आए ना आए वो अच्छा ही करते थे हर एग्जाम में. और जो लेफ्ट साइड वाला पीपल है, कंसिस्टेंट अंडर परफॉर्मर, आप उनको कितना भी कोचिंग कराओ, not much change will happen. Yeah. But if the middle of the curve, if even if we can push them by 10% on the right side, there will be a significant improvement on the overall business metrics, right? And we have seen the revenue goes up, profitability goes up, and above all, the customer's respect starts going up, right? Because then these people, they don't get stuck at one touch point, which is predominantly procurement, but they start going wider and deeper in customer accounts, and they also start developing relationship with more and more senior customer contacts over a period of time, right? And this is where, because see, value selling ke liye, I need to also talk value to the right people, right?
I completely agree with you.
है ना? और
Yes.
और मुझे ऑडियंस ही नहीं मिल रहा है, देन आई कैन कीप कंप्लेनिंग कि मेरा क्लाइंट मुझे ऑडियंस नहीं दे रहा है, बट आई ऑलवेज बिलीव कि प्रॉब्लम इज परहैप्स विद द सेल्स गाय, कि शायद उसको ऑडियंस नहीं मिल रहा है बिकॉज हिज परहैप्स अप्रोच इज ट्रांजैक्शनल.
I think the whole agenda is about the approach.
या तो वो जैसा चेंज होना स्टार्ट होगा ना, then we have seen those gatekeepers which are typically the procurements of the world. Gatekeepers will start facilitating meetings with other stakeholders, and over a period of time the great sales guys start developing coaches within every opportunity. The coaches are somebody who keep guiding them, because they, over a period of time, these customer contacts start liking and eventually start respecting the sales guys. Yeah. So this is how. But it will not be like a band-aid treatment, and it should be a mix of process and skill. We'll have to. So Weber, Aditya, we are that company, right? We believe that sales is a process. Sales, we believe that sales is 70% process,
Yes.
30% art, right? And we need to bring process everywhere. For example, we spoke about ICP, right? So people should know who's my ideal customer profile. Then second, when they go for client meetings, now please correct me again. See, value selling करने के लिए, what is the most important thing? One is hygiene part is given, right? I should be aware about my product, service, application. That is a given. Without that, you will never be able to do value selling. So that is one part. But the second part is I as a sales guy need to have a meeting preparation as a culture, especially with for the right customers.
Like,
For example, if it is important meetings and if the sales guy is just वो bag उठा के चला जा रहा है, then Aditya, conversation will be all about KPT pipes, about KPT features. Okay, then he will never be able to have a business conversation or a business discussion with the other leaders. And leader के साथ conversation करने के लिए, the sales guy should also read about the customer's business or have a basic understanding of the customer's
yes, yes,
business,
yes.
customers.
I firmly believe on this part only. See, cutting this short to only one line, that if my meetings is, a discussion in any conversation, if it is about product for more than 10 minutes, then it is not a good customer. I'm not having a good relation with my customer. If I'm talking about his family, if I'm talking about his business, his profits, his other things, other local things nearby, then only my conversation is, I would say it is a fruitful conversation.
Absolutely, absolutely. और उसमें भी क्या होता है, for example, let's say if I'm having a conversation with a junior guy. Now, junior guy के साथ if I start talking turnover of the company or the organization strategy, his organization, he would not be interested. So, see, the sales guy should know over a period of time कि where to do, मतलब वो सेम क्रिकेटिंग एग्जांपल, राइट? कि कौन से बॉल पे फ्रंट फुट पे आना है और कौन से बॉल में कौन सा शॉट यूज करना है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द कस्टमर contact and customer situation. Hello, Aditya, you there?
Sorry, I was not unmuting. Yes, yes, I agree.
Yeah, because कहीं पे क्या हो रहा है ना, मुझे ऐसा लगता है, आदित्य, वैभव, please correct me. See, we learned that actually all customers ना, especially B2B direct sales, retail is different, right? कि you can actually segregate them into 4 categories. और शायद हमारे आज की डेट में most customers are falling in category 1 and 2. Please correct me. I'll just quickly tell you. Category 1 customers are those where the client knows the need, client knows the solution. And then client reach out, or we reach out when the client knows the need and client knows the solution. Then client says, "आप quote कर दो." It's predominantly order fulfillment role and not a sales role. Category 2 customer, client knows the need, but client has some understanding of the solution.
Okay.
Category 3 customer, where client is ready for change, but there is something broken in the customer's world, but customer cannot articulate the need. And because customer cannot articulate the need, customer's understanding of the solution is not there. That's
Right.
a category 3 customer. And category 4 customer, where the client has pain, problem, issue, concern with his current world, but that pain has not reached to requirement stage. And because that pain has not reached to requirement stage, client usually is not even willing to understand more about solution also. So if you see category 1, 2, and 3, the client is ready for change. In sales world,
Right.
we say it's an explicit need. Whereas category 4, client is pain, but pain which has not reached to a requirement stage. It's like कि हमारे घर पे let's say कभी कभार पेंट निकला हुआ
I
रहता है.
understand. I understand, and I believe uh, just if we keep aside the
Sure.
category one, two, three, four are very well where we our sales team is, into the loop.
हाँ, and see, because 2, 3, 4 now the great sales guys. See, the category 1, 2 is like a batting on a batting pitch.
Right.
मतलब वो सिर्फ हार्ड वर्क से ना, अगर बंदा 10 घंटा 12 घंटा लगा हुआ है तो
I
बिजनेस
think
आएगा.
when
कैटेगरी
when
3.
customer knows the product, customer knows the requirement. See, like I have to buy an Apple iPhone, I know that I have to buy it, so I am
Exactly.
just stepping on to the showroom and I'm buying it. Whereas
No,
somewhere,
Aditya, you
yeah, yeah,
will
tell me.
also go and explore the cheaper option also. Because मुझे
See,
खुद
like
को पता है मेरे को
category
iPhone
one, where
15 चाहिए.
like the category one where I have a pre-mindset that I have to
हाँ.
buy this one only. So there, I mean the my salesperson's job is almost 90% done.
हाँ, but then there's a huge pressure on price. Because the
Obviously,
client knows the need, client knows the solution. सी मुझे iPhone 15 चाहिए, मुझे iPhone 16 चाहिए. अब मैं देख रहा हूँ मुझे कौन विजय सेल सस्ते में दे रहा है, ऑनलाइन सस्ते में दे रहा है, कहाँ पे सस्ते में दे रहा है. ओके, बिकॉज आई नो माई प्रोडक्ट, आई नो माई नीड.
right.
बट कैटेगरी 2 onwards ना, and most if let's say the sales guy is getting most of the deals in category 1, then that sales guy also needs introspection.
True, true.
Yeah. That means वो बहुत लेट एंटर कर रहा है, या तो client does not find value in reaching out to that sales guy early in the conversation. It's like a difference between a chemist and a doctor. हम केमिस्ट के पास कब जाते हैं, जब मेरे पास प्रिस्क्रिप्शन नॉर्मली रेडी रहता है, राइट? या एंड डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, देन वी एक्सपेक्ट डॉक्टर टू डायग्नोस अस व्हेन वी हैव सिम्टम्स बट नॉट नेसेसरली वी डोंट नो द कॉज. या
True.
तो तो Vaibhav, if I understand, what's your solution image?
Sorry, I was talking to somebody else as well right now. I
Okay,
didn't
okay.
get it. Yeah.
नहीं, बिकॉज आपको नहीं, आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आपको ट्रेनिंग, बिकॉज आप एक ट्रेनिंग करोगे, सी ट्रेनिंग आपका बहुत अच्छा जाएगा वैभव, बट अगर आपको वैल्यू कॉन्शियसनेस आदत है आपको करवाना है, देन मतलब इट विल हैव अ like it will be a journey, and are you prepared for that journey?
Weber, what
Yeah.
I feel is that
Mhm.
yes, we are up for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we
We want,
want to like take our sales team to the next level, because that's how we have positioned our brand in the market, and we want our sales team to reflect the same.
Yeah, because see, we are not like a typical training company, and I'm sure Aditya आपको समझा होगा, right? We are like a hardcore sales guys who have got a lot of respect for sales as a function.
yes,
We go for a lot of market visits with salespeople, so we understand, how sales guys think. We have got a lot of soft corner also for all salespeople, sales managers, sales leaders. Uh, and the way we do it, if it is like a typical, see, we remain focused on the final sales KPIs. कि अगर assuming if we are today at 110 crore, with, let's say, with certain ratios, for example, meeting to requirement ratio is X, proposal to order ratio is Y, let's say our average margin per order is, let's say, Z. Then if we make delta improvement, what would be the final overall improvement in the final KPIs? And this is what we look at. We remain focused on those final impact. And then we create, we are a sales performance improvement company. So normal scenario, yeah, and then we work on variety of things. One is obviously with sales team. Although we also work with, let's say, the managers. Managers, they can at times make or break also, because eventually salespeople do what their manager ask or expect them to do. So separate coaching for managers also, right? And then obviously, if we need, there is a larger, some other improvement is required, obviously with complete discussion with you. Okay, for example, some changes in KPI carry, some changes in incentive schemes, some changes, let's say, in the adoption of more tech tools, because eventually that should improve, sales productivity. So this is what our approach normally is. Yeah, please feel free. Sorry if I spoke more.
No, it is okay. I believe yes, this is where we are also looking for the similar sort of model. I mean, the similar sort of things to be done as a training for our sales team members, right? And whatever the approach I mean, whatever we have discussed in last almost 2 hours now. On
I think one
I
hour.
1 hour, 1 hour. Sorry, 1 hour
15
15 minutes.
minutes.
Whatever we
Uh,
have discussed, I believe that we are on the similar track to train our team, and I believe that your expertise into training those I mean, if we are up for it after this meeting, so it can be a fruitful thing for us, it can be a value addition for us. And I believe, yes, Vaibhav, I believe that we should have some internal discussion after this meeting, and how we are going up for it. We should contact them and let them know soon, in a day or two.
yeah.
Done, done.
And Vaibhav, Aditya, can I also give you normally a some overall this thing also so that you know, because this typically see एक होता है कि tick in the box training, okay, and nothing wrong. We do a lot of training, okay, but at the same time, yeah, we know कि when we get involved, the final KPIs, we are now confident we can make an impact. So normal scenario, this goes for at least 3 months से लेके 12 months वाला journey, right? No, depending on the SOW, eventually we agree. The investment from your side typically would be from 20 lakh onwards till, let's say, crore kind of scenario. That's what based on the this thing. And then obviously again, it all differs or eventually on the final SOW we agree. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think yeah, that's it as of now.
We can
Track model.
definitely think of upon it, that what sort of, I mean, how many months are required, or how many sessions are required, or I mean, what I mean, better you have a preliminary discussion with our team, then after that only we can decide that how much is
Yeah,
required. Whatever is required, we can discuss on that,
yeah, sure.
right?
Aditya, one last question from my side. I mean, if the current problem that we are discussing, right, if it is not addressed, what do you believe? What do you feel? I mean, overall it will impact, or how severely it will impact if this problem is not solved?
See, this is a kind of problem which we found, right?
Mm-hmm.
In, as a management team, I think this is the problem, but as a salesperson, I don't think that this is a problem with me, because I'm improving my skill, I'm my numbers. So it is not going to impact visibly, right?
Okay.
Because we have a year on year growth, we have certain areas where we are growing well. It is not something, I want exponential growth, basically, considering whatever I am investing on marketing and promotional activities, considering whatever I have done in past 5 years, placing KPT in the piping industry of India. So my expectations are now not matching the sales figures. So it is not going to impact uh, in terms of, how would you say, it is not going to impact company's growth, but the expectations what I have, I mean, what as a management, what management is expecting, it can be impacted.
Okay.
Got it.
Yep.
And I think our current, let's say, relationship with RCB, you feel it has worked out well?
Yes, it is giving a
Okay.
boost, it is working as a catalyst for my sales.
Yeah, because RCB is obviously, I would say, one of the key franchise,
Everything,
right?
not only RCB, there is I mean, cricket, Bollywood, everything.
Okay, okay, okay. No, no, makes sense, makes sense. And I remember that Astral Pipe, right? When they came with all those advertisements, and eventually it changed a lot of things because the pipe never used to advertise earlier.
That is where my whole discussion is. When I'm promoting, I'm marketing like similarly.
Makes sense.
So where exactly the lag is?
Fair point. I think, yeah. And very quickly, how big is the marketing team today? And do they generate leads for our sales team?
I would say that there's not separate marketing team as of now. I mean, there are people in the management who are managing it. Okay, and
Okay.
but it is it is in the parity. I mean, whatever is required is being done as of now. There is no
Got it.
special team required to enhance this. We have done pretty much, and the current team is doing it.
Okay, fair point. So obviously, when we'll do, uh, let's say, in a subsequent discussion, we'll also talk about if we get involved. Obviously, we start with the complete diagnosis, and then we like a co-create the entire SOW, and we believe in the entire 80-20 scenario. So what I mean by 80-20, see, we don't need to boil the entire ocean. Okay, as leaders, we want to identify which are those 20% areas which will make 80% impact, and then we want to diagnose those 20% and do the focused intervention on those 20% so that your 80% stuff you'll see the improvement. And so that the team also starts demonstrating those 20% competencies, because वो 100% वो कभी नहीं पहुंचता, वो गूगल माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में भी नहीं पहुंचता,
Fair enough, right?
है ना? Sure.
Yeah.
So just to summarize, Aditya, Weber, you'll have an internal discussion, right? And then you'll advise us.
Yeah.
Right. We'll do that.
Right? Sure. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much. It was indeed our pleasure, and sorry for
Same
going
here.
beyond the time.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you, Vinayak. Thank you, Weber.
So much.
Our pleasure.
We'll catch up again. Huh? Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Thanks,
Weber.
Vishal. Thanks,
Yeah.
Vinayak. We'll connect later.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye. So bye, Vinayak. I'll call you.
Thanks.